This video is going to be about e-bike kits. Obviously, it's not going to go as deeply into the topic as my book does. If you want all the details of how I built the Brompton Interceptor I own, those details are in the book. But in this video, I want to briefly compare the main types of kits that are out there that people might want to install, whether you have a small wheel bike or not, whether your small wheel is a Brompton or not. It's pretty much the same approach no matter what bikes you have, except for the Birdie, because the Birdie has such a unique front suspension system. It is simply not possible to install a hub motor in the front. So let's start with the cheapest one, or the easiest one. Not necessarily the cheapest, but it's not overpriced either. The Switch kit is geared for ease of installation. All of these, of course, all of these shortcuts that make it easy to install come at a price. Obviously, the first problem is that it does have a speed limiter, and there's no easy way to change that. In fact, I have no idea how to get into the computer. I don't think there is an easy access into the computer itself, so you would not be able to change the speed limit, which for the US market is 20 miles an hour. As you can see, in Europe, it's even lower. It's 15 an hour, and that's because of European laws being more restrictive. The power is only 250 watts. There is not a more powerful option to have. And I don't see the voltage, but it's probably going to be 36 volts instead of 48, which is more up to date and certainly more powerful. The battery can exert 380 watts per hour. All of this, of course, is going to make riding a whole lot easier. This is a front wheel installation. Installing something in the front wheel is definitely easier, but this means that after a while, because of all the pressure you are placing on the headset is going to have to be tightened much more than if you never installed a frontal powered wheel hub. If you installed it in the rear, for which the bicycle was designed, most bicycles are designed to be rear driven. When you install a power hub in the rear, that is just going to increase the power and the torque, but the whole bike, the triangle or whatever rear dropout system you have, was designed to accept that. So you don't need to worry about any headsets or tightening or adjusting anything. The user-friendly kit is always going to try to make it easier to deal with the controller and the battery. The controller in this case appears to be housed in here, and it grabs onto the battery, so it's almost like the same unit. They are at the same place. You don't have to worry too much about them. You don't even need to understand what you're doing. All kits are composed of some kind of a powered mechanism that actually powers the bike, which in this case is the motor in the fork. They all have a battery as a power source. There is a controller between the battery and the motor that manipulates how much energy you take from the battery to vary the speed and a variety of other functions. And on top of it, there's a little computer typically attached, which I don't see here, but it's usually on the top, and there is a readout, more or less complex, depending upon the kit that you bought. These are the batteries, and the computer is a mystery. It seems like a very tiny thing. The benefit of installing something like this is that it's very easy to install. If anything is broken, I assume you can just get a new battery. A controller, I don't know if they sell a controller separately. You also have to install a sensor, because this kit works by sensing that you are trying to pedal and then the motor kicks in. Most kits have a sensor, but some of them also come with a throttle. So you can operate the motor either by trying to pedal or by triggering this throttle. The problem with these kits is that there are limits. There is a speed limit. There is no brake regeneration. You cannot get into the computer and try to overclock or manipulate anything. The information you get about the operation of the hub or anything else is marginal. You typically see the speed at which you are going, whereas with the more complex kit, you can see the temperature inside the motor, you can read your overall mileage, your speed average, even how much you are exerting in the pedals. In other words, how many watts you are putting into the system yourself as opposed to the motor. All of the data, you cannot see that with a simple user-friendly system such as the Twitch. There are other kits as well, especially for the Brompton. There is a rear wheel driven kit, also simple and easy to install, although rear installations are always going to be a little bit more complex, but at least you have a cool feeling when you have the power coming from the rear. It's just a different feeling. That is why all upscale sports cars come either with a rear wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And anybody who has sat on a rear wheel bike, as I have, as opposed to a front wheel driven bike, knows the difference. On the other hand, the front wheel drive has the advantage that it converts the bike from a rear wheel driven object into all-wheel drive, which can really come in handy if you're doing off-roading. You end up on sandy spots or in the mud, so there is an advantage to having all-wheel drive. Here is another kit. This is a mid-drive kit. It is quite elegant for what it is. Mid-drive kits are typically quite ugly and difficult to put on, but at least this one has a somewhat tasteful design. I would not add this onto a Brompton. Some people have done it, and here is what it looks like. You see that it looks kind of overwhelming, this big replacement of the crank, but that would not be the biggest problem. The big problem is this battery, and once again the controller is combined with the battery to make the installation simpler, but it's just not attractive. Also, there are significant limitations. These kits are speed limited even more than the Twitch. I think the maximum speed you're gonna get is the European spec, which is 15 an hour. On the other hand, you seem to have quite a bit of power. There are varying levels of power that you can get. Obviously, the more power, the bulkier the installation is going to be. But even if there is a speed limit, great power, especially applied at the center, where you are powering the crank instead of the hub of the wheel, is going to result in enormous torque. And these bicycles typically have very easy time tackling uphill. They can take the steepest uphills, even stairs, with relative ease. Stairs are not something I would tackle with a bike that's powered at the hub, whether in the front or the rear. But people have done it with these center drive bikes because of the enormous torque. If you don't understand the difference between the torque of you applying power at the crank as opposed to the wheel, try to put your finger onto the pedal of your bike and see how difficult it is to turn the wheel once. Then try to put it in here at the hub, at the center of the wheel, and notice how much more difficult it is to get the wheel moving. That's because there is a torque, there is a leverage when you're turning the crank. To get into something a bit more difficult, with more difficult installation, but also with more power, a higher speed limit, a better computer, you could go for a Bafang, which is sold on Amazon. And I'm giving you links to all of these various kits if you want to check them out. This is a much more powerful solution. Bafang is a Chinese company. It has been around for a long time. They are reliable. They even include a battery, not only a battery, but also a front light that is connected to it. So this is a very complete kit, and for $1,100 it's really not a bad deal. But it still has a speed limit, a much better speed limit than the other one. There are a zillion wires. Still, you don't have access to regenerative braking because this is a center drive system. Only hub motors on a bicycle can create regenerative braking, and anybody who has experienced that feature is not going to give it up. I know I would not give it up. The kit is ugly. There is no two ways about it, but with a lot of custom work, custom painting, the battery, the motor, I have seen some people do beautiful installation, specifically on a Moulton, which I have featured in one of my short format videos. You can check those out. Somebody added this kit to a classic Moulton and color matched the battery and the motor as well. It came out really nice. I was shocked at how nice it looked. So you can make it nice, but it's a lot of work. The computer is far more complex than you would get with the previously reviewed kits. It may not give you full access to everything. You may not be able to overclock the system, but it gives you a lot of information. And this is presented on a bigger screen as well. So this is the computer. As far as their claim that this is an easy install, I would say think about that first. Look at the video. I'm going to give you a link to this video below as well. Consider what you're getting into before you install a kit like this. You're going to have to remove the crank, the pedal, with the kind of tools that are made for the job. You will have to install a new, not a new bottom bracket, but you have to install the motor into the bottom bracket. You cannot have a front shifter. You cannot have dual chain wheels or triple chain wheels in the front. So there are many limitations to this system, and definitely no regenerative braking. This is what it looks like when you install it. It's not horrible if the frame is already black because they are color matte. But if you have any other color of a frame, you'll definitely have to spray paint to do something with this. And there are a lot of parts to fit. You get new pedals. You could probably reuse the chain, but in this case they bought a new chain. You have to know how to size the chain properly and shorten it or lengthen it as the case might be. And then attach wires and sensors to existing brakes or install their own brake arms if it's a mechanical brake. And there is a sensor as well because it has to sense that you're trying to pedal. So there are a lot of sensors, a lot of wires, a lot of stuff to do. This is not as easy an installation as someone might suspect or as the company claims. But I guess it's better than building your own kit. And finally, here is the king of all kits. I am on the Grin website. I have featured this company before. They make, in my opinion, the best kits on the market. And they have beat a lot of rival kits off the market. And the reason for this is that the initial installation of their kit, and I'm going to show you the Brompton kit first, is really not anything worse than the Bafang installation. It's not any more complex, and everything is preset so that it already works. If you don't want to customize it, if you don't want to overclock it, you are still going to be better off than most people on the road. It's a powerful kit. You can do up to 500 watts with it in the case of the Brompton, and there are more powerful kits than this. In fact, this controller can take a much more powerful motor. This one is rated for 500. It can run a 1000-watt motor, and you can swap them out. If you get tired of the power you have, you want to have a more powerful motor, Grin will even build the wheel for you. There is enormous flexibility with this kit, and this is a flexibility the other kits have never offered. Also, customer service, you can talk to them, not so much on the phone because they are operating on paper-thin profit margin, but you can email and they will get back to you in a day or two. They always have gotten back to me. They are beginning to make some of their own part. So in this case, there is a separate controller. The controller is not integrated into the battery or anywhere else. You have to attach it as a separate item. But this is their own controller, far smaller and lighter than most anything out there. And it is fully merged in plastic. You could throw this in the water and it would not soak through. It would not be destroyed. Unlike my first and cheapest controller, which was a Chinese-made cheap thing, which was destroyed in a torrential downpour. You also have almost infinite upgradability and variability. You can choose from a number of computers, not just the Cycle Analyst. The Cycle Analyst is the most powerful computer out there. It is bulky, but they make an attachment for the Brompton, and you can fabricate or maybe even ask them to make an attachment to whatever bike you have, and it gives you a ton of information. You can even program the motor to switch off if it heats over a certain temperature. You can see your total mileage, your average effort, the wattage you are using, a ton of information and programming ability. The only shortcoming with the kit is that when you get it, they are going to intentionally underclock the wattage. So my 500 watt kit was sent to me clocked at 350. It's very easy to just go into the maximum wattage here and change it to 500, which is all you need to do if you don't want to become the kind of speed demon that I have become, which is fine. If you just buy this kit, you have 500 watt motor with no speed limit. You are probably going to outrun anybody on any of the other kit, except maybe on the uphills, because the Bafang center drive is going to be very strong on uphills because it's a center drive. The other thing is, unlike the other kits, this one offers full brake regeneration. In fact, the computer allows you to vary the brake regeneration, to tell the computer, the controller, how much brake generation you want, how soon you want it to kick in, and so on. So it's a very powerful kit. You have basically an open system that you can use just as an off-the-shelf option as you buy it, or you can manipulate it in any way you want. Grin remains the king of the e-bike kits. I would recommend this company for any kind of installation. Typically, they only work with the motorized hubs. I have not seen a center-driven kit, but I might be wrong. Maybe they are adding it, or they would be willing to deal with that. But because of the quality and power of their kit, and because of the customer service you get from them, because you're able to communicate with them and they give you advice, and they might even do some custom work for you, which they have done for me. I wanted the rim that was colored black, so they did that. They sell batteries as well. A lot of them are out of stock, so you have to pre-order and wait if you really want the battery from them. But they are good quality batteries, and everything they sell is pretty reliable. So I'm giving you a link below. Grin is the best if you are building your own project. If you are interested in more details, check out my book. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you soon.
I'll be back.